Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I am going to do something a little bit different, and that is I'm going to go over all the summer releases for 2025 that LEGO has officially announced or announced by their partners. So I have here this spreadsheet, and I wanted to make a nice animation for each set, but there's more than 100 sets coming out, and I'm running out of time as we speak. There are other YouTubers who have done similar videos, so I'm going to do things a bit differently, in that I will actually go in chronological order. So first of all, let's look at all the June sets that are going to release in June no matter what, everywhere in the world. Then we'll look at some July sets, actually just one that has been officially announced for now. And then I'm going to get to the controversy over the June-August sets that have different release dates depending on where you are in the world. So I'm not going to name the sets one by one, but I'll point out the interesting ones or the ones that I think are most appealing to my audience, so especially the 18 plus sets and the more expensive sets. So starting with the Botanicals, this looks like a really nice botanical right here, the Bonsai tree. You got a much smaller Botanicals happy plant. I might pick up the smaller one of those. We have the Sherlock Holmes book Nook, also coming out in June. So everything that you see here is going to come out on June 1st everywhere in the world. Just to be clear, you have the Simpsons returning after 10 years, so really good to see that. We have the Lord of the Rings Balrog book Nook, and this is actually the cheapest Lord of the Rings set so far, interestingly enough, even though I think it's still overpriced. We have some Duplo stuff. I'm going to skip over it, but you can see the information right here if you're interested. And then we have some LEGO Bluey sets. I might get one of those just to get one Bluey minifigure, so they're more intended for a younger audience, but I think everyone can enjoy them. Then we have some of the Minecraft sets, and these are coming out in June no matter where you are in the world. And by the way, these other columns show different pieces of information, so for example, prices in Euro, USD, etc., pretty self-explanatory, as well as price per piece, and the Euro per figure. I just chose one of them because I did not have enough columns. So for example, here you'd pay 10 euros for each figure for this particular set. And this is if you throw away all what comes in the set and you keep only the minifigures. So this is not a very good metric if you're looking for the value of the set itself. If you only care about minifigures, then this kind of tells you how many minifigures are you getting for your money and is it worth it. So use that metric wisely. Same thing with price per piece. It's not the end all be all, but you can use it as a way to judge a set in one particular metric. So these Minecraft sets also look nice, and I definitely plan on picking up at least one or two of them. Moving on to LEGO Ideas, we have two sets here. The Disney Pixar Luxo Jr. and the minifigure vending machine, and of those I strongly prefer the minifigure vending machine. It is a little bit expensive, but you get 16 minifigures plus a whole machine with a mechanism and these cool transparent pieces. So this one I'm pretty confident that I want to pick this up. We get one art set, the Fauna Collection Tiger, and this tiger also looks pretty nice. I'm not sure whether I'll pick it up though, so I'll have to think about that. We got a bunch of miscellaneous sets. These are not part of any theme, at least not officially, and they usually do not include any minifigures, so I'm probably going to skip those. We have one LEGO Creator set coming out in June. Everything else comes out in August. This is the small Italy postcard. Then we get two Technic sets that come out in June no matter what. So the Volvo and the Nissan Skyline, and these both look pretty interesting. Next up, we have some Disney sets. We have a large-scale Angel, as well as a bunch of play sets that you can see here. We also get a large-scale and small-scale Dalmatian, so just like what we had with Simba last year. And a few more Disney sets. I'm probably not going to pick up any of those, to be honest, just because there's so many other things to pick up. One LEGO City set that's going to come out in June worldwide, and that is the City Tower. It looks interesting, but I'm not sure if it's worth the money. There's just so many things going on with it, and you can kind of see what it is just from the main pictures, so I'm not sure if I'll pick this one up. We got two Ninjago sets that are part of the new sub-theme that they're releasing called Ninjago Legends, and these both look pretty good, although they're more intended for display rather than play. So these are not really play sets, but still nice things to have to put on a shelf and admire for teenagers and older fans of Ninjago. Next up, we have some Star Wars sets, and I really wish that these came out in May instead of June, so we could have got the gift of purchase with them. Nevertheless, we have three small Star Wars sets, and I do plan on picking up two of them, maybe all three. I'll have to see. Then we have a few Marvel sets, two to be specific. The Galactus, I like the minifigures, but I don't want to pick up this entire set just for the minifigures. And then same thing here for the Iron Man MK4, a big bust and a nice minifigure. I'll probably pick up these minifigures separately. We have some Harry Potter stuff. I usually don't focus a lot on Harry Potter, but here it is if you're interested. Book Nook looks interesting, and it can be rearranged in many different ways. I do like the fact that the Harry Potter privet drive can be rearranged to be closed back, so it can be a fully enclosed building instead of just having it open back like this, so I like the options that are provided there. However, the large main tower is open back, and that is normal for Harry Potter. Next up, we have some Jurassic stuff, and I usually don't pick up Jurassic just because of the expensive dinosaur molds. The possible exception would be this one right here. So this one is actually brick built, but most of these are just one pre-molded piece. You cannot really take apart this dinosaur and use it to create something else, so a dinosaur is always going to be a dinosaur, which is not really my thing personally, but if you like it, it will be available on June 1st, and same thing for a bunch of these. Next up, we have some Fortnite sets, and these are the first sets to include minifigures in this theme, except for the Battle Bus from last year. And we do have three sets at various price points coming out in June worldwide, and here they are. I might pick up this and maybe the Durburger as well. I don't know about the Columbo, probably not going to pick that up. It looks cool, but it's a bit too large for what I'm looking for. We got one Speed Champion set. It's too pink for me, to be honest, but it looks interesting, although I would hate the stickers on this one if I were to get it. And at this point, we're done with the stuff that releases in June worldwide. Next up, we have one set that releases in July, so let's get it over with. It's the Star Wars Battle Droid with STAP, which is an acronym. I forget what it stands for off the top of my head, but basically it's one Star Wars set that we know of is going to release in July, and I'm wondering why this one set is releasing in July. And if you're in Europe, we go back to June. and most of the world actually. So a bunch of stuff also is going to release in June. If you're in North America like myself, you will have to wait until August 1st to officially get these sets in store. Online, you might be able to get them starting in June if you order from some online retailer that ships to North America, but you will have to pay for the shipping. So these sets are going to be quite difficult to acquire in North America before August 1st. So we have a bunch of Duplo sets. I won't go into detail in any of them. I'll just mention that I learned while doing research for this video that Hopsy is the name of this red Duplo rabbit. I did not know that before. And I do like the teal dinosaur here, but I'm not going to pick up that set, at least not for myself. So we have some Gabby's Dollhouse. Again, these are going to be coming out. Actually, these are going to come out in August no matter where you are in the world. So pay attention to the dates here to figure out what the release date is going to be. Next up, we have some Lego Minecraft sets. So two of them that are going to be releasing in Europe in June and in August in North America. So specifically these two right here. And I really wish that they did not push the Enderman Tower back. I really wanted to have this set available in June. So it's quite unfortunate that they pushed it back. And I really wish that LEGO would not do this, at least with their own stores and their own website. I understand maybe some North American retailers, they want these sets to be available later in the year, so it fits better with their end-of-year holiday shopping cycle. So if they want to get the sets later, I have no issue with that, but why should we have to pay the price if we're buying directly from LEGO? That's one thing that I don't understand. I really wish that LEGO would change this. At the very least, make them available on LEGO.com for people who want them. And same thing with this teal car. I love the color teal. I really wish I was able to get this in June. Only one Technic set has been held back from what I see here. Everything else is going to release on the same date, either June or August in all areas of the world. So it's just this one set that has a delayed release date in North America for whatever reason. Pretty much every single LEGO Friends set is going to be delayed in North America, from the very small set, and this one includes a light brick, which is the only reason why I would be interested in getting it, all the way to the more expensive sets. So quite a lot of interesting sets right here. So for LEGO Friends, I like to pick up these sets on discount when I can find them, 30%, 40% off, so I can reuse the colorful pieces in my own custom builds. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those, and they will come in the future after I'm done moving and stuff. So yeah, that's usually what I do with LEGO Friends. I'm not going to buy a lot of these sets on release day. Maybe I'll pick up one or two if I find something that's really compelling. Next up, we have LEGO City, and most of the sets will be held back in North America, unfortunately, again, from the smallest and cheapest set all the way to the more expensive ones. And I really wish that these would be more available. Like if they were delayed by 1 month, I would still not like it. It would be one thing, but they're delayed by 2 full months. I really don't like that. There's some really cool things here, like the train station, this Polar Express train, although this does feel like a winter set to be fair. This cool truck that actually has working steering, so lots of cool things right there. Next up, we have the Mateo Fire Chameleon, so a bunch of the Dreams sets. And again, same story, they're held back in North America for whatever reason. Same thing with Ninjago. Lots of these sets are cool, and I do like the transparent legs on some of the villains for this wave. So that's pretty interesting. Round 2, I think they did not choose the correct colors for her. She looked a lot more purple in the show. And here we have another ridiculous mech riding a dragon. It's one of those funny things that you only see in Ninjago, but I get it, it's for kids, it's just to have some fun. Another severely overpriced combat vehicle. A mech that turns into a jet, now that's pretty cool. The Temple Bounty, this looks really cool, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get it because there are other rumored boats or ships that are going to come out later this year. Again, nothing is officially confirmed, but people in the know are saying that we're going to get other boats, so I'm not sure if I'll get this one. We'll have to see. We already talked about Gabby's Dollhouse. Next up, we have the creator sets. We have the beautiful horse, which is another one of those large animals, and it looks pretty nice. The Creator Haunted Mansion, that looks awesome. I can't wait to get that set, and same thing for the Medieval Horse Knight Castle. These look amazing, and I really want to get these sets for the minifigures, but the builds also look pretty cool, and they're 3-in-1, so when you're tired of one build, you can take it apart and turn it into something else or make your own custom creation. So I love the creator theme for that reason. And another animal here, Retro Telephone is interesting. I've not seen anything quite like that in LEGO done before, so that's pretty cool. Some more Technic stuff, and now, by the way, we've entered into the stuff that is going to release in August everywhere all around the world, so even if you're in Europe, you will have to wait for these sets until August or very close to August. So more cool stuff. These Technic vehicles look impressive. I like the ones in red. I like the space vehicle. This one is a bit too gray, but maybe has some interesting functions. This hybrid excavator looks awesome, but it's way, way, way too expensive for me to get it. Unless a lot of you want me to get it and support me on Patreon to get this thing, because this thing is a beast, but I think it's very overpriced. We're gonna get a recolor of the existing yellow Corvette recolored to blue. I think I like the blue better, but you do have the option, so either way is fine. Next up, we have Super Mario. I usually don't cover Super Mario, so I'll just skip these sets, but I will note that the Toad House here looks pretty nice. And this bust here also looks pretty funny. And finally, we can get the Super Mario with the standard cart all in one set. You don't have to buy the Mario separately anymore, so that's long overdue. They should have released this way back in January or even earlier, but better late than never, I guess. Next up, we have one Star Wars set that is officially confirmed to release in August, although there are others that are rumored for August. So for now, we have only the K2SO droid. So looks like a pretty big and interesting figure. Not sure if I'll get it though, because once you build it and you display it, then I don't think these pieces are going to be very useful to create something else, because I like to make buildings and vehicles and things like that, so not sure if I'm picking up that one. And speaking of vehicles, we have the Batman Forever Batmobile. This one I do want to pick up, although I do think it's a bit overpriced for what it's trying to be, but we'll see. Again, lots of black pieces that are quite useful if you want to do your own custom stuff. Then we have some Marvel stuff, and these are, as usual, pretty overpriced, but they have some nice minifigures. At least I hope that the minifigures will be printed nicely and have the quality that you would expect. This one I do plan on picking up the Spider-Man versus Doc Ock subway train scene, just because I want to have the subway car, and The minifigures look cool as well, so this is something that I do have on my shopping list. I might pick up 1 or 2 other Marvel sets as well, and maybe I'll splurge on the Quinjet. I did not get the previous Quinjet, and this one looks even better, has some nice color all throughout, and it can spin on the stand, so it's kind of like an 18 plus set without officially being an 18 plus set, which actually makes the price a bit lower. So yeah, this looks cool, and I might pick it up in August. But there's so many other things coming out in August that have not even been announced, so not 100% sure yet. So another Iron Spider-Man, in this case it's a bust. I already have an Iron Spider-Man action figure, so I don't think I'll be picking this one up, although I do like the minifigure that's included. We have one Wednesday set, which is this black flower, which looks really weird in a good way. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but it looks like a good, clever use of pieces, and there's also some transparent pieces there as well. Sonic is a theme that I don't cover in detail, but there are 2 Sonic sets coming out in August. Then we have some Animal Crossing sets, and I've covered Animal Crossing in the past, but apparently no one is interested in those videos, or very few of you are interested in those videos, so I'm probably going to skip all of these sets for now. I do like this cute little dinosaur build. It reminds me of the one in the Natural History Museum. We have one Fortnite set coming out in August, and it's this Fortnite Mecha Team Leader. This thing is massive, and I'm probably not going to get it. It reminds me a little bit of the Voltron. I'm not a Fortnite specialist, so it doesn't make sense for me to spend 300 Canadian dollars on this thing, but it looks cool. Next up, we have a bunch of Speed Champions. I will pick up some of these for sure, and I haven't decided which ones yet, but I'll be going through them and picking and choosing my favorites. And that takes us to the end of the list. So now let's do some statistics while I have this big table in front of us. So I'm going to sort the sets by price, and I'll actually point out one thing that I have not mentioned before. Whenever there's a red USD price, it means it's the price increase compared to the euro price. This is not always the case because in many cases the prices are exactly the same. So if you're in the US, the sets that are marked here in red are sets that you have to pay a little bit more than the euro price to get. So do with that information what you will. The Canadian price is always going to be a bit more expensive than the US and euro price, unfortunately, but that's just how the exchange rate works. So let's sort the sets by price per piece in euros, and it's going to be about the same thing in dollars or Canadian dollars because it's mostly the same. And let's see from worst to best, what do we have? So obviously the Duplo sets are going to be the worst in terms of price per piece. You have to pay way more for those because the pieces are larger and constructed with a different material, and they're towards a different target audience. So I'm not surprised that the Duplo sets are the worst. But besides Duplo, this Marvel 4 Plus set is the worst price per piece. You have to pay 33 cents per piece just for this tiny little thing. So again, the 4 Plus sets are usually not great, and same thing with the Jurassic sets because of the one dinosaur mold. So this whole big dinosaur is one piece. If it was brick built, it would be many more pieces, and the value would appear to be a lot better on this set. So I do understand in the case of this particular set why it's so bad from a price per piece perspective. So again, more 4 Plus sets and things of that nature, and we start getting into the Super Mario stuff. So interestingly enough, the Super Mario is still a better deal than the 4 Plus sets when you look at a pure price per piece basis, at least in Europe. It's a little bit different in North America, but still very comparable. More 4 Plus sets, and then this set that has at least one motor, maybe multiple motors. And it's a better deal than, like, it's hard for me to believe, but like this big hybrid excavator has the same price per piece value as this new battle pack. And by the way, now the battle packs are $23 in the US, which is shocking. These used to be like $10, $15 not that long ago. So yeah, make of this information what you will. There's a lot of sets, so I'm not going to go through every single one, but let's go to the flip side and find out what are the best price per piece sets. And unsurprisingly, we have the Creeper, which is basically just a bunch of 1x1 tiles put on top of this thing, so no surprise there. But there is a surprise with the Technic Ford Bronco. Lego Technic is not usually famous for having very low price per piece, but apparently here they're able to offer that. I'm not quite sure why. Then I have a bunch of these miscellaneous sets that have lots of small pieces, and they don't have any licensing or any theme associated with them, nor do they have any minifigures, so I can understand why these are all relatively cheap. Same thing here with these buildable figures that don't have any minifigures associated with them. They are licensed, but still pretty cheap. And here we do get a few minifigures in the set, so for the minifigure sets, this is actually the cheapest one on a price per piece basis. Interestingly enough, I would not have guessed this if you just asked me. Then we get the Creator. Actually, these are all the same price per piece, so between them, they're all pretty much the same. So yeah, Lego Creator is really pretty strong here. Another Technic set. Surprisingly, the Wednesday set. I was not expecting that. And Speed Champions as well. 390 pieces for this one car, although it doesn't look like a large car to me, so probably lots of small pieces here. So that's why price per piece is not always an accurate metric to use. Still, we have representation across a wide variety of themes. You get the idea. Yeah, lots of sets still available at the 0.08 or less price per piece, so not everything is more expensive than it used to be. And even this icon set, this Sherlock Holmes book Nook, it's less than 10 cents price per piece, at least in Europe. So things are getting expensive, that is to be sure, but it's not that every single Lego set is worse than it used to be. Now I'll sort by price per minifigure. So let's see what we have here. And this time I'll go from best to worst. So I'm counting the mini dolls here as minifigures, although they're not technically minifigures, but we do see here that if you just buy the set and throw away everything, just keep the characters, you will have paid €5 per minifigure here, which is better than the collectible minifigures, or equivalent actually in Europe. So that's not bad. The same thing here with the Kai Motorcycle Speed Race and the Puppy Playground. So these three sets are the best in terms of price per figure, if you just care about the figures and nothing else. Then we have some Fortnite and Ninjago sets that are also not that bad in terms of that same metric. And same thing with this friend set that also includes a light brick, so that's pretty good value right there. And then, yeah, we start to increase the price to $10 per figure. Of course, you do get the whole build, it's not just the figure, so you have to keep that in mind. we'll just keep scrolling all the way down to the bottom. And the very worst sets here are the ones that are large display sets with only one minifigure. So for example here, you buy this giant mecha team leader and you only get one figure included with it. So technically it's €230 for that one figure if you only care about the figure. So obviously if you're going to buy the set, it's not going to be for the figure. Same thing for the Guardian Dragon. Same thing for this Star Wars set. And the same principle applies for these large sets. I'm going to search for the play sets. So I'm not sure if this counts as a play set, but there's only one minifigure visible here. So that's $60 for that one figure, although most people are going to get it for the book itself. This is definitely a play set. And here you're going to pay basically €50 to get just these two figures. There might be a third figure here, but that's not absolutely clear to me. And here with the Minecraft set, you do get a bunch of mobs and things that are not officially minifigures, so that's why this number appears to be pretty bad. So yeah, this just gives us an idea of what to expect in terms of euro per figure, and of course you can do the math on your own for Canadian dollar or US dollar per figure, and it's going to be very, very similar to what we see here. So yeah, I think I've said enough. Now it's your turn. Let me know what do you want me to see buying and building without the instructions. Comment down below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos coming away very soon, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.